I am in Server Explorer now, and you can see my tables are available. If you open them and see that, we can see all these columns exactly match my classes here, right? Artist has artist ID and name. There you go. And albums. So they all match exactly how I defined it. So that is how it is created. Just by going to the store manager URL, the system already creates me a database that matches to my objects or class that I created. It understands that I have to store these three objects, .NET objects, into a database. And so it created matching database for me in SQL. Again, in order for you to see that, you have to go to Server Explorer, okay, and then like refresh. You can see the connection. You just have to refresh the connection. The one thing you can also see is that even though I see a database, let me see if there is any data with it. So I right click and say show table. No data, because we have not done anything to add data to it. So just remember that the default behavior for MVC is to create a database if it does not exist. And as soon as you invoke the URL which is tied to a model using Entity Framework, if there is a controller that is tied to a model using Entity Framework, and then you invoke that URL, it is going to create the database for you if it does not exist already. If the database exists, it would just use that URL, use the database. So that's the way it works. So it's pretty interesting that it saved us a lot of time and energy from having to create all these tables. Let's go to the Server Explorer, right? And then let's say show, okay, let's go to the genre and say show table data. And let's go and add some data here. I'm not going to be able to add anything here because this is going to be generated automatically. So I'm going to say the genre is going to be rock. So if you see, like every time I insert a row or a data row, the genre ID gets generated. So I'm happy with this. So let's do the same with the artists. So say show table data and just add third one is going to be album. So let's go and add some albums. So you gotta like say like what genre ID and artist ID. It doesn't matter to me. I'm just gonna say something. So the idea here is that I just want to create something meaningful. The data really doesn't matter. So I just want to be able to see some data, right? Okay, now that we have created some data, I'm going to run this application. Store manager. There you go. So it did not create a brand new database this time. It just pulled the database that we already had. If you go into edit, see this pick list is already populated for you. All the genre that's available, all the artists. Let's change this value to 1099. I'm updating Taylor Swift's Red to 1099. Okay, you can go and see details. And then you can go and like delete the green. Okay, so let's go to Server Explorer. Again, do a query. So if you see, I changed red to 1099 and I deleted green. They're gone. So that's pretty cool.